Do you know what it means to wear $2,000 suits, $400 hats, drive through the streets in Fleetwood Cadillacs? Do you know what it means to have your own supply of seed and supply of horse? Not to need any connection, cause you the big boss. Do you know what it means to wear silk shirts on your back, $300 shoes on your feet, have more people working for you than faggots on 42nd Street? Do you know what it means to give every young hustler a break? Put money in his pocket, in his stomach steak. Do you know what it means to keep your woman in mink and sable? To have sardinis in New York reserve you a table? Do you know what it means to have the mob call you king, police call you mister, have a judge give up his mama and the DA up his sister? Do you know what it means? No, you don't know what it means, and you never will. Because you are the kind of punk who pays my bill. Dear Leah, as I sit here in this man-made hell, I think of the beauty of nature from a prison cell and wonder, how's life treating you since your letters are so short, so few? Girl, you swore you'd write me each and every day and fix it so I'd give commissary a steady play. But 10 long years of bitter regret won't stop me from busting your ass when I get back out on the set. Dear Bill, why you dizzy motherfucker? How much longer are you going to be a sucker? I was your woman, not your wife. So if you fuck with me, I make sure they give you life. Nah, your main man and me just pulled off a sting, and I ain't gonna send you a damn thing. Dear Leo, I received your latest mail, and I must admit, it left me pale. But I'll do this time on sheer determination, so when I get out, I can plan your extermination. Dear punk, I received your letter, and frankly, you're becoming a bore. Please don't write me anymore. Dear Leah, the warden went swimming the other day, took me along to watch him play. But after a while, he started to drown. And I saved his life 3rd time down. So, for being so brave and so bold, he decided to grant me parole. Dear Bill, this is Leo's little brother, Jack. Leo just died from a heart attack. And since I know you both love each other so, I figured you should be the first to know. Dear Jack, I received your letter regarding Leo's death. Tell me, were you there when she took her last breath? If so, young man, in your time, you have witnessed the perfect crime. I was sitting in the Dewdrop Inn, drinking a pint of champagne, when in walked Dumbo the junkie, dripping wet from the rain. He wore an antique raglan and an old fucked up hat as he strolled over to where me and my girls was at. His shoes was run, his vine was beat. He didn't have enough strength to pick up a seat. Dumbo, my man, have a meal on me. You ain't ate for a while. That's plain to see. Dumbo said, a meal I need. That much is true. But look here, hold on, look here. Could you loan me $1 or $2? It's a pound, Dumbo. Hey, don't bother to pay me back. I could see you was sick and needed some smack. Hey, you looking awful bad, huh? Yeah? Hey, what happened? Yeah, to all that money you had. Since you my friend, I'm gonna run you down my story from beginning to end. And starting in a town down the way. Well, I had to chop cotton to earn my pay. About 10 years ago, I met this hustler named Joe. And he took to me in a big way. Taught me how to hustle for a year and a day. After I hustled $1 or $2, he taught me all the tricks he knew. Then one day, I met this choice chick, straight out of school, sweet 19, a virgin and a fool. Her name was Yvette. And it fit her to a T. After our first conversation, she fell for me. She had peanut butter skin, long, wavy hair, and them limbs really well apparent. She had full breasts, great big thighs, cute little nose, freakish eyes. She had a top-notch education. Boss asking big. So it didn't take long for me to teach her what Joe taught me. She loved to shoot dope. Have a real good time. Till soon, her habit was longer than mine. I bought her clothes. I gave her plenty of dough. Till I found out she was planning to run away with Joe. I cried for a day and a half. I read 15 comic books. I still couldn't laugh. So I shot up an A for shit. Went back to bed, knowing for sure in the morning I'd be dead. Well, I must have pulled through, else I wouldn't be here talking to you. I woke up with a broken heart. I figured I snuffed joy and get a brand new start. Yeah, well, as you know, Joe dead. Yeah, it was me. Snuck up from behind, shot him in the head. Police couldn't hold me, for they had no proof. But when Yvette found out, she jumped off the roof. And ever since then, I've been doing real bad. And that's what happened to every dime I had. With eyes full of tears and a heart full of pain, Dumbo here picked up his hat and walked back in the rain. Standing around in the heart of town, in the middle of the square, waiting for my man, for I had a plan to cop me some reefer there. Now, I was fly, fairly high, just standing and checking the house. When up pulled my man, good doing Van, in his brand new 98 O's. Now Van was sporting a straw with a Corona in his jaw. He wore a beige suit, looked real quilted. Shoes made of one piece that came from Greece. He was dressed to make Aladdin feel guilty. Now, I was pressed in some of the best, but hey, I couldn't compare with Van. My taste was good as his, but reason is, Van was the big money man. Now he got out, looked about, started to speak, when from the side, with a sexy stride, stepped a broad that looked boss freak. She wore a white chemise dress, one of the best. Hair a glossy blonde, skin a copper hue, eyes sky blue. I could tell she was really down. She had ruby lips, big ass, swaying hips, a keister that was fine. She didn't have to hunt to get somebody to suck that cunt. I'd do it any old time. Now, I spoke to Van, but hey, I shook her hand. As him was this his new honey. With a slight sigh, he gave this reply. Yeah. She's anybody who got some money. Yeah, she's down. Been all around, playing as her stick. Joella DuFontaine is this chick's name. But be careful, the bitch is slick. I seen the broad rock. She ain't no jock. Stays cool. Uses a head. Come here. Cold-blooded Mac from long way back. Yeah. She can really bring in the bread. Say, fellas, said Joella, I'm as starved as can be. So we agreed on a boss feed that night. Went to a joint down the street, which was really lit. For me, it was really my first flight. Now, we were players, it's true, in ribbons of blue, but clean as the board of health. See, no cop could tip because we were too hip. We painted a picture of wealth. Now, a captain named Abe was showed us to our table, brought us back a bottle of wine. Refreshing as cocaine from the castles of Spain. Vintage 1879. We ate hummingbird hearts and other rare parts, topped off by a 7-inch steak. Grand Dollar King with butterfly wings and a salad that took 3 chefs to make. We ate bumblebee legs and peacock eggs, steamed over leaves from Peru. An hour was spent over cream and mint as we just laid back and enjoyed the view. Now, while we were dining, Van was unwinding my pedigree. So as he paid the check and we smoked a cigarette, I could tell she was pinning me. Say, fella, said Joella, I'd like to see you again. Why don't you come around my part of town, say Saturday, around 10. Saturday night, I got fly. Went on by to see Miss Joella DuFontaine. I stopped by Joe Dillon Snow. Copped a bag of cocaine. Now, I made it to her pad, which was some kind of bad, filled with a real fresh scent. A 3-inch carpet, which came from the market somewhere over in the Orient. Now, the hi-fi was wailing, but I was failing. I just couldn't take to this queen. She dug my feet with coal, took a hold, gave me some pot, light green. She put C on her thumb, rubbed my gum, gave me some wine to sip. Oh, you should have heard her purr as I looked at her and rubbed her gum and lips. She looked me dead in my eye, and without no lie, this is just what that fine chick said. I dig you, Andy. As a pair, we be dandy. And like cocaine, you go to my head. If you be my man, I'll comb the land and be your own true bitch. But there are times you must lend me to other men. But with their money, I'll make you rich. Now you know where I'm at. I really dug that. Led her off to bed. Me and this queen made love supreme. And I flipped when she gave me some head. Now, for a month or more, I was schooled by this whore. It was like a wonder dream. I must have learned well, because I can't begin to tell of how this bitch could scheme. One day in bed, Andy Papa, she said, today's to be our first big day. So we got our heads bad, left the pad, and I went out on the street to play. It was in the celebrity club where I made my first big rub with a game called the Japanese Fan. Caught me a fool, took him real cool for a short, and 8 solid grand. Now, he was a fag, so I had to shag, and D, she really didn't dig the show, but she soon came to ease when I pulled out the 8 G's, pulled it out on the floor. Ooh, Andy Papa, said she. Ooh, I'm so glad you're with me. Van said you were a thoroughbred, but the truth of the thing, this is my first real big sting. Though now and then I cop some shortbread. But my slick chick knew every trick. And with her, the cash started rolling in. We lived hardy. Life was a party with money, narcotics, and gin. Our pad was the best. We both stayed real pressed. The tricks would come and go. We kept ourselves high, always stayed fly, 'cause in hustling, D could always make the dough. One day in bed, Andy Papa, she said, money I have plenty of, so you needn't give me rings and mink coats and such things. All I need is the strength of your love. Now this really wigged me. I mean, because I just couldn't see this fast, fine-ass chick becoming emotionally uptight. But I was in love too. So what could we do but treat each other right? One night about 1, we were out having fun in a club called the Isle of Joy, where we met Dixie Fair, a multi-millionaire and international playboy. Say, fellow, said Fair, who's that fine babe over there, wearing the Indian red dress? I'll pay you a fee if you'll introduce her to me.